At the beginning of the 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Arjun asks Lord Krishna the difference between renunciation and the renounced order of living. त्याग और संन्यास के बीच में क्या अंतर? And as usual, Lord Krishna is very direct and very simple in his answer. Giving up activities that are based on material desires is called the renounced order of life, sannyas. Giving up the results of material activity is called renunciation. Leaving the activity is sannyas. Leaving the result of the activity is tyag. This is the difference between the two. Lord Krishna is giving his expert opinion on the art of living. This is the last chapter, and generously he is giving his advice to Arjun. Duty must be performed. Any illusion of renunciation which leads to abandonment of duties is in the mode of ignorance. No renunciation, no tyag, no tapasya, no sannyas can lead to abandonment of activity. Karma must be performed. Good karma, righteous activity must be performed. Action cannot be given up. The fruit of the action can be given up, but action cannot be given up. Lord Krishna is telling Arjun that there are 5 causes for the achievement of all action. The 5 factors for action are the place of action, human body, the performer, the various senses, different endeavors, efforts, and finally the super soul. Any action that a human performs by mind, body, or speech is a result of these 5 factors. A person should not take the entire doership herself. We must not differentiate among human beings. All human beings have the same spark. Action, this is particularly dear, particularly sensible. 18.23, action that is systematic, detached, and done out of neither love nor hatred and without expecting results is in the mode of goodness. So duty must be done without attachment to results. Duty must be done with enthusiasm and determination. Duty must be done without egotism, without arrogance. One must be discreet. One must learn to be discreet. One must learn to differentiate between goodness and evil. One must learn to differentiate between various qualities of people. What is right, what is wrong. One must be cautious. We cannot irrationally cling to negative qualities. We have to be very careful. The path of good people seems tedious, but in the end it gives joy. Sensory pleasures are like poison. In the end, they don't give you happiness. And of course, the process of procrastination and laziness is destructive indeed. Everyone must do the assigned duty. Perfectly or otherwise, we must try. According to our nature, according to our capabilities, we must try. one can rise above action and reaction with self-control, patience, practice and detachment. Discipline, self-control, determination in being good, leaving lust, rising above love or hate, spending time with oneself, being in solitude, being in one's own company. All these things lead to God realization. The path is to elevate the soul. We must try to improve ourselves. That must be the aim of human life. Srimad Bhagavad Gita and its lessons can be practiced in the midst of worldly affairs. There's no need to leave anything. Ego is the biggest human enemy. One must surrender before God. This is knowledge and this is to be contemplated. Krishna says, fix your mind on me, be my devotee, sacrifice for me, offer obeisance unto me. In this way you will surely come to me. I promise you this because you are my friend. Foregoing all religious injunctions, take exclusive refuge in me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Ultimately, he says that leave rituals, leave everything, just come under me. Surrender, have faith. This saga of love for God should not be shared with those who are not so inclined. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is to be shared only with those who are so inclined, who are positive inclined towards listening to it. Krishna asks Arjun finally whether his doubts have been cleared or not. Tumhara sanshaya dur hua ki nahi? And Arjun tells Krishna in clear terms that all his doubts have been cleared. His memory, his intellect, his mind is in perfect order. He is fighting fit. And Sanjay says that listening to this dialogue, he has goosebumps. By the grace of Rishi Vyas, this dialogue is available to humanity. So that is how the final chapter goes. The greatest yogi of the greatest yoga, Lord Krishna, has given the ultimate knowledge to humanity. Sanjay is thrilled, he's brimming with happiness. And the 78th verse of the 18th chapter is particularly important. It universalizes Krishna and Arjuna. Whenever a genuine question is asked, whenever there is a sincere seeker, there is Arjuna. And whenever good advice is given, there is Krishna. Krishna and Arjuna are universal. Srimad Bhagavad Gita happens only when there is sincerity, only when there is surrender, only when there is faith. Gita happens whenever there is a genuine question and whenever there is a sincere answer. Srimad Bhagavad Gita happens. This shlok universalizes Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It universalizes the character of Arjuna and Lord Krishna. So that is how it is. I will share my general observations about Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So thank you so much.